last thing I'm gonna speak on tonight because this one was heavy on my soul. I'm tired of the fake alpha males online boosting up these brokies' heads and making them all think that they high value. Sir, nothing about you is high value. Your bank account's not high value. Your morals and standards ain't high value. Even your car ain't high value. It's underwater and depreciated. But for some reason, they got y'all hyped up, making you think that you're in the top 1% just because you got promoted to the team lead at the Amazon warehouse. It's 2021. Most of us women nowadays, we making more money than a lot of y'all dudes. We the niggas with the money. So for you to be thinking that you have value out here and that your poor character morals, you can make up with it with your bank account. Some women can be bought, but guess what, baby? Not all of us can be bought.
Hello, guys. It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Women Exodus. How are you guys doing? Like always, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Please share. Please also say hello in the comment section. I love the engagement. I love the conversation. Please say hello. And if you have any tips for content or any suggestions, feel free to email those stories to me at lexusexoduschannel@gmail.com. Happy Easter, guys. So I'm recording this on Easter, but this will be released on Monday. So I hope you guys had a nice and safe holiday weekend, and I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. This is my daily series called the Blackistan Zoo that premieres Monday through Friday at 6:30 ET, where we talk about the animals, monsters, derelicts, and dusty zetas commonly found all throughout Nicaragua and Blackistan. So like I said, I'll continue to do this daily series Monday through Friday throughout April. But then I want to hear that you guys enjoy the content. I want to know that you guys are listening. So at the end of April, we'll level set, look at the engagement. If I get thousands of views, then I expect to see thousands of likes. I expect to see thousands of comments, and I expect engagement. You guys know I do not, I don't advertise my Cash App. This channel will never be monetized. It's too controversial. I do this really out of genuine love for you all because I enjoy it and because this is my passion project. Coming from someone who was formerly victimized and a resident of Blackistan, I want to tell any Black woman who will listen the message about how important it is to save yourself and how important it is to get away from Blackistan and to get away from the Nakers. So, yeah, let me know that you're listening. I know you probably can't share just because these are touchy topics, but just let me know that someone's out there enjoying this content. So enough of that. Let's get into what we came here for. So today we are going to profile the Blackistan Naker Jailbird. So, we'll go through a profile of what these creatures look like and how they are characterized. Then we'll go into a few stories, like always, and we'll really examine closely this animal and their natural habitat. So these jailbirds are found in jails, prisons, courtrooms, and other correctional facilities all throughout the hoods, the ghettos across America, and all throughout Blackistan. Their appearance, so they oftentimes have tattoos. They'll have missing back teeth because Nakers don't care about their dental health or their hygiene. And they'll oftentimes will be seen wearing bright orange clothing or like black and white stripes. So that's how you can identify your typical jailbird. Their behavior, so they spend an exorbitant amount of time plotting and planning, trying to make a dime. So really spending a lot of time and energy into how to illegally collect pennies instead of actually incorporating that time and that energy into legitimately figuring out how to make money. They'll oftentimes sell drugs. They'll be locked up from stealing, from robbing people, being thieves, killing people, murdering people, and doing anything just to make a buck. So they're typically in and out of jail. And this is very normal in Blackistan. This is very normalized. That's why you'll hear common phrases used as 3 hot and a cot, which pretty much means that these Nakers, they like to go to jail because, it allows them to avoid taking care of themselves and allows them to avoid having to handle normal responsibilities. So they'd rather, instead of just getting a job like normal people, they rather commit a crime and go to jail to get 3 hot meals and a cot to lay in. Also, we think of prison bay, another really, really dysfunctional phrase that's made normal in Blackistan. These folks, we think of the blue-eyed Naker. What's the guy's name? Jeremy Meeks, I think his name is, who ended up getting arrested, and his mugshot went viral because all of these women saw this light-skinned Naker with blue eyes, and all of a sudden they're swooning over him, getting wet and getting hot and bothered by a prisoner. So very normalized in Blackistan. I'll oftentimes hear people talk about how they were told their Naker father was away at school, and that's code word for really he's in prison. So this toxic mentality, normal people don't know people who went to prison, but all throughout Blackistan, I don't think I know anyone. When I think of my friend group or when I think of my relatives, it's very normal to have someone, at least one person, typically several, who have went to prison and who have been in prison for years. So that's the profile. Oh, a fun fact before we keep going. Most jailbirds are sustained by mammy girlfriends and their mewling mothers who work hard and will sweat and toil out a 9 to 5 just to turn back around and use their pennies, their dimes that they really can't afford to fund these jailbirds and to stock up their commissaries and to make sure they're good. Also, oftentimes these men are closeted gay men, and they enjoy going to jail because they like to be able to have full access to other men. So let's look at this creature in its natural habitat. Let's see what we have here. And these are a few TikToks. And like I always say, if you're bored and if you're just, sitting there and don't really have much to do, TikTok, man, is really a breeding ground for these Blackistan Nakers and their dysfunctional, hilarious behavior. So let's look at this first clip of a jailbird.
Tap in. Tap in. Well, I'll be honest, I don't really understand, but I fell down the hill. Now I got glue on my hands and I got records on my fingers. Records on my fingers. I got records on my fingers and I just can't stop.
You see that dancing goofy Naker? He's sitting there in prison. See, they really enjoy being in jail. That's why I encourage you, Black women, don't listen to their sob stories about the white man and how, they're being targeted by the man unfairly. No, they enjoy jail. They love to go there. They have a great time. So you see this Naker in his natural habitat, shucking and jiving, just really enjoying himself, doing a celebratory dance because he's in his natural habitat. Let's look at this next TikTok. That highlights the jailbird in its natural environment.
Wait. Don't scroll. If you are looking for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, free room, free apartment, 3 meals a day with phone access, keep your cell phone, unlimited access to drugs, $0 a month. This is prison. All you have to do is commit a crime. That's all you got to do. $0 a month. Did you hear that? You ain't got to pay nothing. You're going to be up in here with a TV, CD player, you're watching GMA every morning. TMZ, saw it coming on. Oh, yeah. Get up on your Spanish, man. Get up on that Espanol.
So did y'all hear that goofy jailbird Naker talking about it's $0 a month for rent? You get a bed, free bath. And this is that typical Naker mentality found throughout Tyrone's and Daquans. They rather commit a crime to get locked up as opposed to just getting a job like the rest of us to earn an honest living to take care of themselves. They rather go to jail. But this is not abnormal. This is typical Naker logic, typical Naker mentality, and what you'll see, the type of behavior you'll see displayed throughout Blackistan. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, this is funny. This is a bunch of prisoners, a bunch of naked jailbirds made a TikTok video spoofing how the end of BET movies look like. And it's insane because it's like with all this energy and time that you guys have, that they were able to produce this without any resources. I mean, they're in prison, so it's not like, you know, there's phones and electronics laying around. They had to be creative to create this. So if they just applied a fraction of that energy and a fraction of the mental wherewithal to a legitimate living, then they wouldn't be in prison and they would really be able to earn money. But typical nakers, they don't care about things like that. They don't think like that. They just want to think about the quickest, easiest way to make a buck. So anywho, let's watch this one.
Get your money, man. Life goes on. Hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it.
Tyrone robbing all the prisoners.
Hopeful, and he'll make a way.
See, and they get angry. So this is goofy. They're just goofing around, but they get really angry when we call them Tyrone. I had just recently a naker with his government name on YouTube asking me why did we use Tyrone to negatively talk about men? His name was Tyrone. And it was so funny because he was pictured with the cap and gown. And it's like, you guys, they get mad and get offended when we use terms like Ray Ray and Junebug and Tyrone. But no, they're in on it and they understand. Just like this clip said, stereotypical Tyrone is robbing everybody because they understand that this is what they do, and this is typical behavior for these nakers. So, okay. And the other thing I talked about is how jailbirds, it's normalized to be in and out of prison in Blackistan, and for these men. And this is why you see things go viral. Like you'll see Jail Bay and all of these mugshots of these men who these women, these mammies think are handsome go viral. And they'll end up getting modeling contracts and they'll end up becoming famous over really problematic behavior. Let's look at this next clip illustrating that. Here we go. Here it is. Do you guys see that? So here, this guy, this dark-skinned naker with one blue eye, a picture of his mugshot goes viral. Just like Jeremy Meeks, I think his name is, goes viral. And all these mammies start swooning over, this naker being locked up for engaging in problematic illegal behavior. They glamorize that in Blackistan, and mammies love that. They like quote unquote thugs and they'll celebrate. Whereas traditionally most people are ashamed and are embarrassed by going to jail and things like mugshots. No, not with these mammies, not with these mules. They enjoy that. That's a turn on for them. That's the Blackistan maiden call. And so they'll celebrate and pedestalize these men who've gotten locked up, and they'll turn around and get model contracts over that after displaying such problematic behavior. Here's another one that illustrates this problematic thought process that is rampant in Blackistan. Let's see. You guys are going to laugh at this one. You trying to be my jail wife or not, it says. Oh, boy. Okay, so here we see a group of light-skinned yellow nakers in prison suits, with the caption, "Who wants a jail bay or prison bay?" Whatever it said. But yeah, I bet you, I didn't even look at the comments of that video, but I bet you all throughout the comments, there's a bunch of dumb mammies responding, being very, very thirsty over shit like this. That's appealing to them. And what they don't know is that those light-skinned curly haired nakers in prison does not fare well for them. So they're probably somebody's bottom getting their back broken in prison. So, but no, I'm sure there's a group of women lined up to be prison bays with these fools, and to put money on their commissary, and to write them letters, and to support these men and hold them down while they're locked up. Here's another pretty funny one that really illustrates the type of problematic thought process when it comes to these jailbird creatures in Nicaragua.
I swear, when I get out this joint, babe, our lives gonna change for real. Like, I'm telling you.
Javon.
I'm telling you.
One step at a time.
I know. But I'm serious, though. I'm gonna pay you back and buy you a whole Tesla.
What?
A Tesla.
A Tesla?
Yeah,
Stop.
matter of fact, I'm gonna buy two. A his and hers Tesla. I swear I've been saving, babe. I swear. Making all this money for you.
How much did you save?
They got me in the kitchen working 30 cents an hour, so right now I got like $3. I'm really saving.
Babe, you
I got
really
it.
up next.
I'm on the right track.
You really up next.
I'm
Babe.
money conscious for real. You gonna be my Michelle when I get out, babe. Michelle Obama. Period. I'm telling
I love
you.
you some Michelle, bitch.
Okay, but you still taking care of my kids, though?
Yep, all 7 of them. Even though they're not my kids, I still
30
they're
seconds
kids, so
remaining.
of course I'm gonna do it for you.
Yeah, but I can't achieve my dream if you don't put some money in my account, babe. I really need some money, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna send it to you after work. 600, right?
Now I want your whole
Right?
paycheck.
My whole paycheck?
Uh-huh.
So she's poking fun, but this is real life. This is reality. This is a very accurate depiction of what relationships are like between these mammies and these jailbirds. And you hear, like, he'll talk about and will pump up her head with all these fairy tale stories about what he's going to do after he gets out. Meanwhile, he's probably juggling 4 or 5 different women just to make sure that his commissary and that his books are fully funded every day. Like she said, they're in there making 30 cents an hour, but they'll talk about, getting married to these women after, they get out of jail. He talked about buying her a Tesla. Dude, you making 30 cents an hour, fool. Like when these men get out of jail, that's the interesting thing too, is because when these men get locked up, they lose everything. And so when they come out, they're penniless, and they're fully dependent on the women who choose to hold them down during their bid and after. And I have a cousin like this, and I guess, I call her my cousin, but my biological cousin, my male cousin, dated her when she was really, really young and knocked her up by the age of 14, got her pregnant. And so, I've grown up with her, so we call her our cousin. But then he ended up going to prison for about a decade for selling drugs. And now, this girl's probably approaching 40, if she's not 40 already. And, she's been able to make something of herself. She's raised her children. She is an RN right now. And they broke up a long time ago. But I follow her on Instagram. And don't y'all know, she recently posted pictures of prison pictures with her cupcaked up with another jailbird anchor, another one. And, he recently was released and they got married. So she posted rings and stuff and, them out to eat. And she just looked like a whole damn fool, because it's like, you done went from one jailbird to the next one. And here you have all this stuff going for yourself. You're educated. She was a single mother at 14 and ended up being college educated and earning a nursing degree and moving her children. She had 3 kids, probably by the age of 20. I want to say she was really young when she started having kids, and was able to pull herself up from that and escape, the hood, and had a beautiful home in the suburbs. And, she held my cousin down while he was in prison. That didn't work out when he got out, because a lot of times what will happen is these jailbirds will pump up these women's heads and tell them all these, stories anything they want to hear. And as soon as they get out, they turn into hoes and they're making up for lost time and fucking anything with 2 legs. And so it didn't last long after he got out of prison. But then she ended up, her next relationship, marrying another jailbird. And I don't think it's going to last long. I kind of keep my mouth shut and silently just lurk and follow, but they're married now, and she acts like she's happy, and she just looked like a whole damn fool. So this next clip, so I follow a YouTuber called MC Shaky, and he is a very well-known blogger from New Orleans, and he's openly gay. And he talks he's very transparent about how when he was in prison and how he was locked up, he had several husbands while behind bars, and how it was celebrated and respected, really, to have a girlfriend while in prison. He talks about how he was a prize and was treated like a celebrity. And he does this series. I don't know if he still does it now, but I know this was like a 10, 15 part series where he really just highlights these stories where he talks about how normalized and how celebrated and encouraged this was behind bars. So I want to show you guys a little bit of his story so we can really hone in on what this looks like for your typical jailbird. So let's start here. This is a really long video, and I'm going to play bits and pieces. But I really want you guys to hear firsthand from an openly gay male's experience how it really is behind bars with these jailbirds. Okay, here we go. Let's press play. I don't want it to do that.
To death.
There we go.
Jail had prepared me for prison in the sense of this. I just knew some basic rules. Jail had taught me that a homosexual had a certain lot in prison. And me being gay coming from prison, I had one thing and one thing that was only for me. And that was the power of choice. Jail had taught me that find you the biggest nigga with the biggest knife and make him your husband. All y'all on here, not one like shaking my husband. Yeah, for real, y'all got a lot of people on here, not enough likes. Let's get that together. But so the thing that was ingrained in me from coming from jail to prison was find you a big nigga, like a big nigga. That's the thing that was ingrained into me.
So he starts to talk about how it is just normalized and it's very common in prison to have husbands. So these men are gay, and I don't know how delusional. I don't know why mammies are so delusional, because it's like we understand and we realize and we're conscious of how high naked sex drives are normally in normal everyday life. So I wonder, like, what do you think is going to happen? Just because this man is behind bars doesn't mean that sex drive is just going to be eliminated. He's still going to have those normal instincts. He's still going to get horny. His dick is still going to get hard. So I wonder what these mammies think when, they date and hold down these jailbirds that are locked up for 10, 15, 20 years. Do y'all really think that he's being celibate the entire time? Like, do y'all really think that? So MC Shaky, he talks about how, he was a prize, how he had the power of choice, how he would strategically find the strongest, biggest, toughest maker who is straight passing, because we know these fools, probably got tattoos, muscles, do-rags, the male bravado, and probably presents himself as the most masculine person, but how, he would seek those men because they made good husbands behind closed doors. Let's get forward to this next part where MC Shaky talks about his experience the first night he was in prison, and how he took a shower and how several men entered the shower because they wanted to have sex with him. So let's see. Oh, this is annoying. Oh, there we go. Duh. Okay,
was having the shower of my life, bitch. I'm washing my pussy, bitch. I'm feeling good, bitch. And all I hear is at least 100 trade come get in that shower with me. So how husband is set up,
Trade is gay lingo for straight, masculine presenting males.
The showers, there's no stall. There's no nothing. It's an open shower. Completely open. There's no like shower stall. It's like a completely open public shower. There's 2 nozzle heads to the back, which was always on the back, and 4 on each side. So technically 10 people could shower at one time, but there is no type of privacy whatsoever, bitch. So I'm back there washing my pussy, bitch. And bitch, all I hear is every shower head pretty much turning on, bitch. They might listen. And I just like, I'm washing my body. Now, keep in mind, in prison, homosexuals are not allowed to, you're never supposed to show your penis to what they call a real man, in a sense. A man that's not a homosexual, or not a feminine homosexual. And so, I knew that from jail. So I'm facing the wall while shower. But bitch, when I turn around, to my right is a row of dicks. To my left is a row of dicks. Big old dicks. Nothing but muscles. Because everybody that was coming in, the field work.
So I'm sorry if that was a little bit lewd and if you're sensitive to explicit content. But yeah, so he basically goes on and proceeds to describe how these men were lining up to be his suitor in prison. Let's keep on going. Let's fast forward to a few minutes to the portion where he talks about how it really is the norm in prison for these men to be coupled with one another. Let's see. Here we go.
Who you want as a husband? I was like, I don't know, I'm good. I'm Gucci. I'm cool. I'm chilling. She's like, oh no, sister, we're not gonna be renegading.
Oh, let me give you a little bit of background before we listen to this. So during this segment, he talks about how he was approached by another openly gay male in prison who kind of showed him the ropes and talked to him, because this was his first prison stint, and talked to him about how it's normal for, you know, the openly gay men to have husbands behind bars. So this is him talking through and detailing how he was introduced to, you know, what's customary and what usually happens in prison.
And I'm like, renegade, what does that mean? And so she broke it out to me. Renegade is basically when a homosexual is in prison and without a husband, or standalone-ish, or going against the grain of what prison is going on. Could one of my moderators feel... Oh, bye, Kimber. Bye, sister. I don't even want her in... I don't even... Bye. I got you. I took care of you. She not even gonna see this channel no more. We talk about prison story. This is what it is. It's a prison story. This is not tea time. This is story time. Oh no, don't worry. I got her out here. What does trade mean? Okay, trade, and for as we talk about it, is any boy, like a dude that is a nigga, that act like a nigga, could be like just a nigga. All right, that's what trade is for y'all that don't know. For what we talk about for this story, trade actually means something else to some people, but for this story, it just means any dude. So Sister Leroy was telling me, you're not gonna be renegade, girl. You gotta pick you a husband, girl. We look at you one. Don't worry about it. And she was like, you got all your hygiene and stuff from your homeboys.
You hear that? So he said you have to pick a husband behind bars. And so I don't know, like, I know that, you know, women tend to be naive, especially mammies, especially mules. But what do you think is happening when these men are locked up? Like, they become institutionalized, and these jailbirds, this type of this type of dysfunction becomes normalized. So what they do is they become acclimated with life behind bars. So they have wives while they're in prison. And, you know, MC Shaky talks about how they even have children. So how this gay male, kind of, who was like an OG, took MC Shaky under her wing or his wing. I don't know what that person identifies as, but, you know, ends up calling MC Shaky her daughter. So let's keep going. I also wanted to talk through how, MC Shaky, he highlights how he was a hot commodity in prison, and how openly gay men are so in demand that they'll gift them tons of snacks, food, and how he received a rack full of gifts from niggers in prison who wanted his pussy and who wanted to snatch him up. So let's listen to that.
Light duty. All right. So I'm coming back from the medical, walking. Like, okay, this bitch must know something. So I come back in the dome, and I walk in the dome and go to my rack. Bitch, you know what's on my rack, bitch? So we really don't need to eat ramen noodles. Probably not. Yeah, Leroy had it, bitch. Leroy was on it. She put me on game. I said you not, because bitch, I'd have been in that field, bitch. Eve was boots, bitch. So listen, when I came back to my rack, which is my bed, bitch, off my bed was full of what we call in prison Zuzu and Wham Wham. Zuzus and Wham Whams was cookies, cakes, pies, Snicker balls, all kind of shit. My rack was full. Loads of bread, bitch. All kind of shit, bitch. Boxes of cigarettes. This is when you could smoke in the prison. Boxes of cigarettes, bitch. Everything, like, just puku shit was on my bed. I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, but no, bitch, it had all kind of little notes. Like, bitch, what's up and where you from? We can get to know each other. I'm Rack 42. I'm unique, this, that, and the other. My name, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, bitch, what I did was I took all this stuff and I just put it in my locker. Because I'm like, wait, I'm not even finna play with you. One thing I learned from jail was you never accept nothing from nobody. All right. So, they ended up giving me a light duty job as arm orderly, which just means I was supposed to clean up the unit,
Okay.
There's really nobody.
So he highlights, he begins to talk through how he was just showered with gifts and showered with different snacks, different treats and things like that from locked up niggers, these jailbird niggers who wanted him to be their girlfriend. Let's keep going to the segment where he further illustrates how gay men are prizes behind bars, and how they're young and wanted, and they're a hot commodity in prison. So let's see. Here we go.
In prison, that's supposed to. That's 2. Number 3, homosexuals are a release. There's something to do. There's something to talk about. There's more men than there are homosexuals. And so what happens is they are it's like prides. So if you get a homosexual that's young, that's a little fluffy, that have her own money, that's from a place that run the compound, it's like, so say if I had a nigga from Lafayette, that put him in the car with the New Orleans people, which is where everybody wanted to be. That was from outside of New Orleans. If I get a trade for Baton Rouge or something, that puts him in the car with New Orleans people. And so that's what he want to be in. So what happens is, I was just like a hot commodity. Like, I was the perfect storm of a prison homosexual. I was a perfect prison hoe at this prison during this time. Like you really couldn't get a better prison hoe than me at that time. I'm blurry. I'm sorry. I don't know how to change.
Okay, so during that segment, MC Shaky just talks about how, like, although you guys like to think that this is rare, homosexuality and gay sex and gay relationships, it's the norm when these jailbirds are locked up and are behind bars, because they're all gay and they like pussy secretly. So I also wanted to show you guys a video further illustrating this animal, these jailbirds in their natural habitat. Trigger warning, this is a little bit explicit. So yeah. So we see two men who are straight presenting, who are masculine presenting, having sex. So having intercourse in prison. And then also a photo of them engaging in anal oral sex. So this is the norm. Again, I know that some of this is hard to swallow, but the reality is that these men are in and out of prison for a reason. The reason why, you have your cousin Daquan just can't manage to stay free for longer than a few months. The reason why he has a record, a track record of being locked up that's a mile long, is because he really, really enjoys being in prison. This is his natural habitat. This is where they feel the most comfortable. So, in this last clip, I wanted to highlight, I'm sure you guys have seen this, the I Like Booty video from years ago, where a news organization really highlighted the reality of lifestyles behind bars of these men, and how they really just enjoy engaging in gay sex and what it really is like. So let's watch this so we can further hone in on and further highlight how these jailbirds behave and how they are in their natural habitats. Here we go.
When lockup visited Kentucky State Penitentiary, we met Fleece Johnson, a longtime inmate who practices a very different kind of homosexuality.
But we have sexual desires, right? So you got a bunch of men locked up in one place. All of them get hard. All of them's horny. All of them got sexual desires. So what are they going to do? You won't let them have a woman. They gonna have each. Somebody's gonna have to give up some booty, and it's just as simple.
The most memorable story that Fleece told us was about the place and importance that booty has in a maximum security penitentiary, and he went on about it and on about it.
In his prison, booty was more important than food. Booty, a man's butt.
Oh my gosh.
It was more important. I'm sorry. It was more booty, having some booty was more important than drinking water. I like booty.
Johnson went on to tell our crew how he used to satisfy his sexual desires, especially during the 1970s and 80s.
Okay, so I can't. This man is talking about having gay sex, being able to sodomize other men is more important than drinking water. And I know we're laughing, but seriously, like. This okay, I'm gonna gather myself. This is typical jailbird naked behavior. They love to go to jail because they don't want to have to handle basic responsibilities. They don't want to work jobs. They don't want to take care of themselves. They don't want to be responsible for paying bills. They don't want to be responsible like other motherfucking normally functioning human beings. They don't want to be responsible for their own well-beings. So they get locked up, and they also intentionally get locked up because they like to engage in gay sex freely. And this man is just being open and honest about it. So let's keep watching. Oh, gee, I don't watch this clip so many times. I don't know why I'm laughing like this is my first time seeing it, but Lord Jesus.
Most active, and prison security was more lax.
When I see one and he looks good to me, when I go see him, I say, "You come here." I say, "I'm telling you what, I like you, and I want you, and we can do it the easy way or the hard way. So the choice is yours, right?" And it was always yes.
Johnson also had a warning for the new generation of inmates. They might be asking for trouble from old timers.
You know, they got this thing where they sag their pants past their butt. It's a style. They call it some sort of gangster style.
Told you.
It's sexy to us, right? And see, but they weren't prepared for this, right?
Told you, nakers sag they pants because they're advertising their pussy to other nakers. That's where that trend came from. That's where that trend came from, but let them tell it. You know, that's just something from the hood. That's a masculine thing, masculine behavior that they engage in. No, they doing that because they want somebody to come take that pussy
But
home.
when lockup visited Kentucky State
Oh shoot, I
Penitentiary,
restarted over. Let's see if I can go back to where we were. Okay.
This is yours, right? And it was always yes.
Johnson also had a warning for the new generation of inmates. They might be asking for trouble from old timers.
You know, they got this thing where they sag their pants past their butt. It's a style. They call it some sort of gangster style. You know, it's sexy to us, right? And see, but they weren't prepared for this, right? So you sag your pants in her, man, somebody be up in your butt. You know, and it's just it's so.
Johnson even let the lockup crew know that when he was in his prime, they wouldn't be safe from his advances either.
Oh my God.
If y'all had been in her back then in them days, and as much as I like booty, I probably felt one of y'all butts. And y'all was walking past me. And dares you to say something. I'm not no shame in my game. This is nothing that I'm ashamed to admit. I am what I am. I'm a warrior too, you know, so let that be known. I'm a warrior.
So okay. So, I am tickled. I'm sorry. So I'm not sure. Like this man illustrates what is happening behind closed doors with these jailbirds when they are locked up. And I'm not sure what y'all think with these mammies, with these mules who are in relationships with these fools, what they like to think when they come home from prison. Do y'all think these men are just not having sex? So they went from having sex and engaging in sexual activity with you once a day and fucking a girl down the street and multiple women and tricking off their money on women for sex. Y'all think they just turn that off once they get locked up? No. These jailbirds are getting off anyway, anyhow, still, even behind bars. So this just further illustrates how they are all busting it open or busting open somebody else even when they locked up. I don't know. So in conclusion, so these snakers, we know they like jail. So like I said, don't let them tell you their little sob stories about how the white man is, locking them up disproportionately and how they're being intentionally they're being targeted by police officers and by 5-0 and by the white man, and the man is just ruining their life and is intentionally strategically targeting them and disproportionately locking them up. There really is a reason why these fools only make up 6% of the general population in the United States, but make up 40% of the prison population. There's a reason they enjoy being behind bars. When they're locked up, when they're in prison, they get taken care of. Like I said, that's why it's so common. The phrase has been coined, 3 hots and a cot, because they enjoy that. They're getting 3 hot meals, they're getting a warm place to sleep. They don't have to work, they don't have to figure out how to take care of themselves, they don't have to figure out how to pay rent. And they're able to sit on their asses, and they also get to live their best lives with their girlfriends and engage in homosexual activity freely while behind bars. So I say all that to say, beware. This is just another instance, another reason why it is so important for you and for Black women in general, really to stay away from Blackistan, because you'll run into one of these fools. All right, that's all I got. Until next time, see you guys.